Welcome to Counter Foundation Class 7. This is a revised recording to reflect some minor changes in Release 5.0.2 of the Counter Code of Practice, published in 2021. This tutorial explains the journal reports and how to use them. Release 5 includes 5 reports that provide information about journal usage: the Title Master Report, or TR, Journal Requests Excluding OA Gold, TRJ1, Journal Access Denied, TRJ2, Journal Usage by Access Type, TRJ3, and Journal Requests by Year of Publication, or YOP, Excluding OA Gold, TRJ4. A Title Master Report, or TR, shows activity across all metrics for entire titles, which may be books or journals. The TR can be filtered according to user needs and has 7 standard views in total. The 4 we listed above apply to journals. Remember that standard views only hold a subset of the information from a master report. This is an example of the Title Master Report. You will see that there are columns for data type, for example journal, section type, for example article, access type, and access method. Again, standard views only hold a subset of the information from this master report. TRJ1, or Journal Requests Excluding OA Gold, is a standard view of TR for journals which shows full text activity for all content which is not Gold Open Access. Because this standard view does not include OA Gold usage, you can directly calculate the cost of usage for each journal to which you subscribe without needing a second report. OA Gold content is permanently free to use as the result of an open license. Librarians using Release 4 will be aware that you used to need 2 reports to achieve usage calculations: JR1 to show all usage and JR1 GOA to identify OA Gold usage, where JR1 GOA needed to be subtracted from JR1 to calculate cost per use. This slide shows an example of the Release 5 standard view TRJ1, and for convenience we have hidden some of the columns from view. The second standard view, TRJ2, is Journal Access Denied. This is a standard view of TR showing where users were denied access to a journal because simultaneous use or concurrency licenses were exceeded, or an institution did not have a license for the journal. This standard view shows instances where users have been unable to gain access to content in journals. It enables you to see the demand for journals to which you might want to subscribe in future. In this example, we've included the header information, but hidden some of the columns from view. No license indicates where a user has attempted to view an article, but their institution has no license to view that content. In this example, users have been denied access to content on 4 different journals for this reason. The spike in activity in March for the Architectural Journal suggests there might be serious demand for this title. Limit exceeded, by contrast, indicates licenses which allow a maximum number of simultaneous accesses to a title or a platform. This metric indicates where that limit has been exceeded. In our example, there is only one instance of this on the Analytical Philosophy Review. TRJ3 shows journal usage by access type. This standard view of TR shows all applicable metric types broken down by access type. In this standard view, the access type column indicates whether the content is controlled or OA Gold. Counts for controlled access, that is, access type equals controlled, are listed separately from counts for content that is permanently free to use as the result of an open license, or access type OA Gold. Controlled content means, in most cases, that a license is needed in order to view the content. The license is normally authorized either by a user login or by a registered IP address. Users who are not authorized in this way are not able to download the full HTML, PDF, or EPUB content. However, you should also know that controlled content can be made freely available by publishers. For example, some publishers will make controlled content freely available at some point after the publication date, the so-called rolling wall, and publishers can also make a controlled item freely available in special circumstances, such as in order to share information on fighting a new disease. This content, despite being freely available, remains controlled, as the publisher has the option to end free availability, and it will therefore be included in counter reports as access type controlled. OA Gold only covers content that is permanently freely available under an open license. Note that some journals, often called hybrid, offer both controlled and OA Gold content. For these journals, the two types of content are listed separately, so they will have 8 lines of metrics, 4 for OA Gold content and another 4 for controlled content. Here is an example. Again, for convenience, we have hidden some of the columns from view. The access type column indicates whether the content is controlled or permanently freely available through an open license. In this example, all the articles in the first journal, Biomechanical Ethics, are permanently freely available through such a license. In January, there were 8 investigations but only 3 downloads. 2 downloads were unique, so someone downloaded the same article twice in a single session. The third download could be for a different article, or it may have been one of the same articles in a different session. The second journal, Dendrochronology Now, only has controlled content. It is clearly popular. The third journal, Elements of Semiotics, has both controlled and OA Gold content. The first 4 lines show that the OA Gold articles have been downloaded 24 times over the 3-month period, with 23 of these downloads being unique. Access to the controlled articles, the second set of 4 lines for the journal, has been much lower, only 4 downloads over the period, and this might be worth investigating. The fourth standard view, TRJ4, is journal requests by year of publication, excluding OA Gold. This standard view of TR shows full text activity for all content which is not Gold Open Access by year of publication, which is abbreviated as YOP. This standard view shows the same metrics as TRJ1, but usage is broken down by year of publication. This means you can use the standard view for 2 types of cost per usage analysis. That is, cost per usage of current journal content and cost per usage of archive content. For example, if you have a separate license for journal archive content published from 1951 to 2003, you could filter the report in 2 ways. First, you may filter to show only usage for journals published between 1951 and 2003 to calculate the cost per usage of archive content. And second, you can filter to show only usage for journals published after 2003 to calculate cost per usage of current journal content. The report only shows controlled usage, where access to the journal is controlled by license. OA Gold access, again content that is permanently free to use as the result of an open license, is not included in TRJ4. Here is an example, and again, some of the columns have been hidden. In this example, we have limited or filtered by year of publication, so the report shows us activity for Arthropods Review in 2 separate archived years, 1998 and 1999. These are the top 4 lines that you see. For each year of publication, there are 2 lines. The first shows total item requests, and the second shows unique item requests. The counts are displayed in separate columns for each month covered by the report, and as a total for the whole period, listed as reporting period total. We can see that Arthropods Review was only used in March of 2018. Now look at the bottom 4 lines, which report on aquatic ecology. In this case, the report covers usage for 1 archive year, 2002, and for the current issue of the journal, 2018. You can see there was much more interest in the 2002 archive for aquatic ecology than there was for the current journal content. If you want to track a trend that started before the implementation of Release 5, you will need to use Release 4 reports to view the earlier figures. Remember that not all publishers adopted Release 5 at the same time. There is a simple way to monitor trends across releases. Compare the Release 5 metric total item requests for a journal in the Release 5 TRJ3 with the reporting period total for the same journal in the Release 4 report JR1. Note that the OA Gold and controlled content for a journal that has both types are listed separately in TRJ3. And remember that the Release 5 access type OA Gold metric is the same as Gold OA in Release 4. If you want to work out cost per usage for a journal, use Standard View TRJ1 and look at the unique item requests. This gives you a more consistent way of counting usage across the vast majority of platforms. If you want to separate activity on controlled content, access only to authorized users, from OA Gold content, use the Standard View TRJ3, but remember that it is also possible that some controlled content can be made freely available to unauthorized users at the discretion of the publisher. The Release 5 reports do not provide a total for all journals. However, it is not difficult to add this in Excel once you have opened the report. This and more are covered in a particularly useful online tutorial about working with Counter 5 reports in Microsoft Excel. You can learn more by visiting our website, where you can download our friendly guide, or visit our Counter YouTube channel, where you will find more foundation classes.